So I realized I'm pregnant. I'm not married. I'm not yet done with education. So I was just there. I'm pregnant. I didn't agree to it in the first place.
How old were you?
I was 24 years old.
Mama naye hataki huyu mtoto, anasema mimi hata sikukutaka, I got it by accident, I don't know what I will do. You keep on making noise, this child will do the same. So you have to do acceptance and intentional acceptance.
So we'll be featuring stories of parents talking about their children, and these are stories that will change the world, I tell you for sure, because there's something to learn from you. Karibu sana Rosemary, and thank you so much for making time for this.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we are talking about our children, and in this program you're going to talk about your child, definitely. As we begin, naweza taka utuambie jani yako ya uzazi. When do you feel for you your parenting journey began? Is it when you found out you're pregnant? Is it when you gave? Where did it begin? Because you know, some people actually have journeyed, and until mtoto afike 5 years, ndio wana feel, by the way nimesha kuwa mzazi, and they are confused. They're like, what's going on? So where did your journey begin?
Well, thank you, Abby, for having me. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm the firstborn and the only child of my parents.
All right.
So you can imagine, the moment I realized that I'm pregnant, it was so traumatizing, yeah? So I realized I'm pregnant, I'm not married, I'm not yet done with education. So I was just there. I'm pregnant. I didn't agree to it in the first place.
How old were you?
I was 24 years old.
Okay. Na kwa nini huku agree nayo at first?
I did not believe I was pregnant.
All right.
Yes.
And then how did it happen that you now accepted?
So I did my first test and I'm pregnant. I did not agree to it.
All right.
I did the second test just to confirm, right? So nikajua ni ukweli niko na mimba.
Yes.
So nikaita mpoa wangu, nikaambia unajua ni aje? Iko hivyo.
Yes.
So that's what then he consoled me, by the way, though we were not married by then. He consoled me and nikajikubali. Yeah.
So after kujikubali, and you've told us that wewe ni mtoto wa kipekee, you don't have brothers, you don't have sisters. Kaondoka ukagokeria ati hii kitu ilikukujia aje? Ulifeel aje that you've not grown with the siblings and now you're going to be a parent?
At first, I didn't know the know-how on how to raise a child. Sikuwa na ujuzi hata. For one, I'm the only child. I've never seen a child grow in my entire life unless mahali nimeenda kwa auntie, then naona mtoto mdogo, but I don't stay for long. Okay, so at first I was like, how do I raise this child? But by God's grace nikajikuta mahali nasoma. So at this point I got a chance to get into college. So because I was not yet done with education, right? I got a chance. And you know, chances are never let go.
Yes.
I didn't let go of the chance. I was already 4 months gone. So I decided to do early childhood education.
You decided?
Yes.
Is it something you wanted to do previously?
No. My entire life I wanted to do mass communication.
All right.
But now I'm expectant. A chance has come for me to go to school. So I decided early childhood education will help me raise my child. So I just joined.
This is interesting. You went to college to learn how to be a parent. Is that so?
Well, early childhood education is studying for being a teacher.
Yes.
An early childhood teacher. And now I've joined this course not because I want to, but because I want to know how to raise my child.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So how did this course help you in raising your child? Ulifanya aje with the information you got from school? Na pia uliona this is the only way yenye naweza jua kulea mtoto, ama hukufikiria kwenda kwa mtu mwingine, maybe seek for advice?
No, I never thought of that. The only thing that, okay, when someone is expectant, the only thing that rings in the mind is the child. So the only thing I could think of is the child that is in me.
So is it right to say that this child changed your career choice?
And my entire life. Currently, I'm a teacher.
Oh, and how old is the child?
The child is 13 years now.
Oh, wonderful. 13-year-old.
Yes.
That's amazing, and congratulations.
Thank you.
So after being done with the college, you've done early childhood development, would you say you've applied this knowledge all through with your parenting, and how is it right now?
Well, let me say it was the best thing that I did. It was the best decision ever to take up the early childhood education. Because now I have been able to raise my child the best way ever. Whenever I get a congratulation message from his school, I feel, yes, I did the right thing. So I have raised my boy in the best way possible, and basing it on Christianity as well, and the knowledge I gained from the early childhood education.
Wonderful, wonderful. We say children change our lives, and indeed, this is true. You hear Rosemary talking of changing her career. Akaenda shule kusomea mambo ya watoto ndio aweze kulea mtoto wake. We say parenting has no manual, lakini huyu alienda shule ndio at least apate hiyo knowledge from the way she grew up as an only child. Now this is psychology. Sijui kama mnaipata hapa. Kuna psychology iko hapa ya vile unaweza kuwa hauna idea ya kitu and you think of doing something to at least get that knowledge. Wenye ni wazazi hapa, you can bear me witness that parenting is not easy and it has no manual, na hakuna mtoto anafanana na mwingine. So you're like, ni kama ni guesswork, but it's good that she went to school na akasoma and that knowledge helped her. Rosemary, saa hii kulingana na hizo decisions zenye ulimake, what is something you're most proud of about your child, and especially the decision that you made?
Okay, Abby, to tell you the truth, I'm not just a mother of one boy, I'm a mother of 3 boys.
Wonderful, congratulations.
So you can imagine that decision took me through to raise the 3 boys. The young one is now 2 years, almost 3 years. So wonderful. It was the best decision because I still use it to raise the others.
Wonderful. Now, sorry?
Yes, you've asked about my achievements.
Yes.
Out of that, I can tell that my child was a child of blessings, because out of what I trained, now I'm a head teacher.
Oh, wow.
Out of all that, I became a teacher and a proud one at it. I have raised many doctors since 2010.
Wonderful.
So I'm proud. I'm a proud mother and a proud teacher.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, huyu ni mzazi alimake hizo decisions kwa sababu ya mtoto wake. The sacrifices we make for our children. And now to understand this psychology of raising children, of education and gaining the knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome our guest who will tell us more about this psychology. Karibu sana, we have a counseling psychologist, Professor Wanjiru Mugai. Now, thank you so much. Professor, we mutika muone ugo, akoragwo e mukari. Mutumia akoragwo e kanyakovoro tiga ini mwire. This woman knows a lot. I think she's the most educated woman we have in Embu. She has 2 PhDs. Hey.
Wow.
Watu wanapenda kusoma. She has a PhD in education and another one in counseling psychology. Thank you so much, Professor. You're welcome, and we appreciate you. We appreciate your knowledge, and we are so glad that you've agreed to share it with us. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Now, Professor, you've heard the story of Rosemary. Would you like to comment, maybe a general comment about how she approached the issue of parenting, having grown in a family with no siblings?
Thank you. Thank you, Wanja, and the rest who have come to listen to this. It is one of the best things you have done.
Thank you
Congrats.
so much. Thank you.
I go directly because of time. She did something we call intentional parenting. When she made up her mind not to take this course, but to take this because of this decision. She also did intentional parenting and intentional decision for her future to avoid distress, regret, and going through grief by not aborting. You hear she was alone to begin with. Then she had to take a step to talk to the other partner who accepted, and then they journeyed together. Did you journey together at first?
Yeah.
Thanks. That story is made up of decisions from a sober mind. And I was wondering, how are you making a sober mind of rearing children or a child and you are alone?
Yes.
In the family. Because in most cases, we rear our children or parenting styles from our parents' ways of doing.
Yes.
I congratulate your parents because they may have given you the best styles of rearing you, then you copied. There's no manual for rearing children. And for that reason, we usually copy. How was my mother doing it? How was my dad reacting to what my mother was doing?
Yes.
How was my dad reacting to me after the mother commented this? It's unfortunate today that we are rearing children without facial expression. When a child is young, ukimshika hapa
Yes.
na matiti, sio matiti peke yake,
Ni nini ingine?
anakusoma wewe. They look at the face. A happy face, a gloomy face, accepting face, disoriented face, they are able to learn and judge. So you may have gotten those from your mother.
Okay.
So give your child a breast seriously, you mothers. Mzee ukiwa karibu, look at that breastfeeding style or time and be a part of it so that the child will accept you. Remember, men, you are never sure whether this child is yours until you are told, baba, baba, huyu ndiye baba, huyu ndiye baba. Hata ikiwa ameokotwa, huyu ndiye baba. So you have to do a big job to be accepted. Begin by accepting breastfeeding time, other feeding times, and saying, oh yeah, if she's called, what is the boy called? Name of the boy?
George.
George. Siku hizi mnawaita?
G.
Look at this breast. Talk nicely. And you do this also. Cheek. It's very important. You mzee, as the mother is doing it. If you don't do that, you will be detached. And when they grow up, they go to high school, you will be seeing them in the social media and not with you. And they will call you mzee we kaa kule. Because you became a mzee, not a baba, when the child was young.
All right.
When they are young and they are in their mother's womb, they are able to learn the emotions and the feelings of the mother. Sasa we unakunja hapa, unashika tumba, we kwenda huko. That child will get the feelings. Children are able to see as early as 3 months. They see the light. They are able to tell an unhappy mother psychologically as early as when they are here. So wewe ukiwa una kiki mama na baba nini, baba ana kiki mama naye hataki huyu mtoto, anasema mimi hata sikukutaka, I got it by accident, I don't know what I will do. You keep on making noise, this child will do the same. So you have to do acceptance and intentional acceptance when they are here.
Wow.
That day of giving birth, today you are lucky, you can be around in the delivery room.
Yes.
Go there. Be the first person to see your baby as the mother sees the baby. Si kukaa nyumbani ukae mbaa upigiwe simu. Hey, tumekuwa wengi. Tumekuwa na nani? Na nani? Hata hakuna neno itamboyo wala gaa. Tumekuwa wengi. Munakaanje. Alafu una swallow one or two. Una kuwa na other friends. Una party now. Because it might be not an accepted child. Wow. Then you go tomorrow. Mkonje, wapi mzee? Huyu si mzee, huyu ni mtoto wako. Wapi mama? Huyu si mama, huyu ni mtoto wako. And begin to change your lifestyle immediately. If you have been coming home late, intentionally come early.
Intentionally is the word.
If you have been going there swallowing two for the road, intentionally reduce.
Mnasikia majamaa?
If you have been swallowing,
intentionally,
even if it is the mother, alikuwa akiswallow two for the road, keep them down for life. This is intentional stoppage for drinking, smoking, kukura mira na ile takataka yote munaswallow. Because the child will copy.
All right. Professor.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you so much. You're very knowledgeable and we really need this knowledge.
Thank
now
you.
I want you to tell us about the way Rosemary handled her case from the child she was. Now she was doing that for her child, but now from the child she was an only child. What are the advantages of being an only child or the disadvantages? Because from her case, it feels like she felt a bit disadvantaged.
Thank you. She may have been, she may have not been. It is both ways. There are advantages, Rosemary, you got from being alone, in which we say children who are brought up alone, they don't know how to share.
Is that so for you?
Did you share?
Yeah, I do share.
With who?
With friends.
With friends.
And parents.
And parents. You know, when you are sharing with me, I will leave it to you because you are my child. The sharing begins very early, turn taking. When children are 2, 3, you give them a banana or a piece of bread or whatever. One is more greedy or hungrier than the other. So anapiki quickly. This one is more polite. So anaanza kulia, umenichukulia yote, nipe kidogo. Then you are given something small.
Just for the sake.
For the sake.
Story
So
of my life.
maybe you didn't go through that. Fighting for the retro there is. But you had the advantage of taking all of it. So Brand ni ya Rosemary. Time yote ni ya Rosemary. Nini maswali yote ni ya Rosemary. And maybe you could have told us, where did you get the skills of manipulating others for your benefit, which you gave to the children? I'm using the word manipulating.
Manipulating, that's
Yes.
something good.
Yes.
Manipulating.
Manipulating is not positive. Because you have gotten everything, so you live with people, you can manipulate them to give you everything the way you used to. But now you have 2, 3 children who have to share, and one of them can be manipulative to the others.
Rosemary.
Did you ever manipulate anyone?
And did you feel any different from other kids who had siblings maybe?
Okay, well, on what the professor has said, I really had to fight that selfishness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up alone, so everything belonged to me. And so when I came outside the world, I really had to fight. And so I became over generous.
Uh-huh.
Out of that, out of being selfish, fighting it, I became over generous in that I can give even and leave myself with
You don't
nothing.
want to be selfish anymore.
That's
Yeah.
the
Give
thing.
it all. How does that work, Professor?
It works. When you are, whichever way you are brought up, there is the negative and the positive. You may have been brought up in a very harsh family, very manipulative and dirty environment, toxic. But you decide to change. No, I will not be like this. Let me be. So she changed that. Kila kitu ni yangu, ni yangu. Si kila kitu ilikuwa yako.
Yeah.
Love is mine, food is mine, kila kitu mama yangu, baba yangu, mami, especially when you are too egocentric. Mami ni wangu, si wako. Baba ni wangu, si wako.
Do you feel guilty of that?
So you changed that and decided to give. Sometimes you can also give kiasi, you lose.
Exactly.
Are you losing now?
Still there?
Still there?
Or maybe you...
Are you still losing? Because you give.
Yeah, I think I give too much.
Yeah, so you need to be taught skills of balancing.
Oh,
You don't have to give to everybody.
okay.
Anytime, chukua. No, it's not everything they take. Be you. And decide, whom do I give and when and why. Yeah. Not everyone. Kunja, you might give your child away.
Out of generosity.
Yeah.
All right. So, Professor, what are the advantages when someone is parenting, if they grew up alone without siblings? When they are parenting now, does it have any benefit when they are doing it now to another child? Because as you rightfully said in the beginning, mtu analea mtoto wake vile ameona wazazi wake wamefanya. So yeye akigrow peke yake, kuna mazuri inakuja yeye akilea huyo mtoto.
Kuna mazuri ile alitumia ya kupeana, atapeana sasa because alipewa. But it might be the parent had what to give. They had enough to give. If they were poor, they would give little or they gave little. But now, when she is big, does she have equal to give as she was given in terms of love, emotional attachment? You know, when we talk of giving, it's not only money and food.
Yes.
Yes.
I can give you food, I can give you kila kitu, lakini I am emotionally very far from you. That's the worst parent. You need to give warmth to the child. You need to give that kind of appreciation. You are my child, come, whatever you are, whoever you are. You have not done well in school, okay, come. That is giving and taking. But when we don't give it that way, the children react to it. They might demand it or say, anyway, and give up. Mimi naenda. Na naenda. Kuishi maisha yake.
Yes.
Street boys. Okay?
All right.
But we would have gotten the background of the parent who gave her what she's now giving to the children.
So it goes on
It
and
goes on
She's
and
here to
on.
talk about her child. Now we are
Yes.
talking about her, the child of her
child.
parents.
Yes.
And now we need to go back. and
Back
look at
again. Did she receive enough warmth, enough that self-attachment, and then get back in terms of also food? Did she get enough food? Did she get enough basic needs? Did she get enough of whatever was wanted in the world? Because intentional parenting is where a parent prepares intentionally. I will love my child. Intentionally, I will give the best. Whether I have enough money or not. Intentionally, I will give all the basic needs that are required. And some people think basic needs, it is the child has made a mistake.
Yes.
And then you say, wewe umekosea, nitakuchapa, kwenda ukalale, utakula. that is a punishment beyond God's ways of wanting. So she never got that, I'm guessing. That there was no time you are told, umekosea, kwenda ukarare bila chakula. So basic needs are a must to any growing child, whether here or kakitokea. And I think you give the same today.
Yeah.
So if you saw your parent punishing you, then you might punish the same, thinking that the same way. No?
Actually, we even say it. Tunasema wewe unajua sisi tulikuwa tunachapwa.
Yeah. We do repeat.
Yes.
Mimi hata nilikuwa nikichapwa, nikarara bila chakula, nilienda shule bila viatu. Unaambia mtoto the negatives. Is there any positive you can pick and let the child pick the positives? And that is where they become good children.
Yeah, and the point is picking the positive.
Yeah.
Picking even in school. As normally, we went through corporal punishment.
Yes.
But currently we don't cane children. Yeah? So things have changed. And so we change as time goes by.
Yes. Now, as that change happens, there's something that is changing. We are thinking about having children. Na tukikusikiza, we might feel like, uzazi ni ngumu. And even now, some people are choosing not to have children. They just want to be free of children because others feel maybe they do not have the capability of raising children. Some want to have just one child, just to continue their lineage. So from the case of Rosemary, having grown up alone, would you say, Professor, it's something good to have many children, to have few, or even none?
It's a good question, and it can be answered in many ways. Our parent and my age, unless there is a medical problem, I couldn't have had one child, unless medical problem.
Okay.
Because even my mother-in-law will be on the door every day. Na mtoto utaleta lini?
Is that something to consider?
Mtoto atakunja lini? So, you today, you can have one child. But from my experience with my age, if I was to go back to child-bearing age, I would have 7, 6, 5. You don't see it until you kick 40, 50. She was alone. Ask her, why didn't you have one?
No, never.
Never. Tell us about that. Why not?
It's not the best experience.
That's the thing. So if you are sitting there, ukingangana na mmoja ukisema, akikunja atakula nini? Anga nini? Wazazi wetu walikuwa akituambia, every child akikunja dunia hii, ako na sahani yake. Provided. Ako na sahani yake. Si alipata sahani?
Yes. Lakini sasa tunasema ni kujipanga.
Kujipanga na mtoto mmoja. Tuseme kwa mfano. And God forbid it should not happen. Mtoto mmoja, angalia wale watoto tuko nao. Kwa bahati mbaya, akule awe mang'aa, akue ashikwe, wewe unarandaranda huko ukitafuta mtoto na uko menopause. Tapata wapi? The goodness of a parent, the happiness of an old parent is from the children. This is natural. Nilikuwa na mmoja wangu hapa mkubwa ameenda. Nilikunja na mmoja mkubwa.
Yes, okay, with your child.
Atakuja.
Yes.
The goodness and the happiness of a child is not one or two. I'm a counselor. I've seen many men, more than women, many men who come to me and tell me, please nisaidie. Na nini? Mimi niko kanisa, mzee wa kanisa, siruhusiwi kuoa, kanisa hataki tuoe bibi wa pili, na sasa niko na shinda, nilipata watoto wawili tu na wawekwa tu, na watatu tu, Sasa mimi nataka watoto wengine. Huyu mama amezeeka, ako na BP, ako na kila kitu, hawezi nipatia watoto. What do I do? Many have told me I'm remarrying. Many have told me niko na mtoto pale na huyu. Namwambia ukipata pale na pale ni wako. Na mama huyo. Lakini si wa mama huyo. So men, before ukanyangie watoto chini na umwage kwa choo, endelea.
Ouch.
Wanaenda kwa choo every month. Sawa? Now, huyu ni mtoto mmoja. The decision is yours, it's personal.
Professor,
Wale wengine sasa. Ulikuwa ukiuliza, is it okay to get 1 or 2 or 3?
Yes.
You can get 2, 3, 4, even 10. Like me, we were 9.
Wow.
5 boys, 4 girls. Luckily enough, my dad was able to get us through, and we finished. Not without problems, of course. But the biggest problem is when they are there. Ako watoto wandogo. Huyu ananyang'anya huyu mkate, kuku ana mikate, mahindi, choma, nini, tu vitu. So we used to fight for food. Then go to school. What was there was not enough for 9. So I don't think you can have 9 today, of course. Okay? There are very many limitations of getting many. Where unakaa ngorova, karumu ka 1 bedroom, na niko mnashare na maid na girl. Sasa watoto watano watakaa wapi? So today there are so many limitations. Sio kupenda. Sawa? So we were able to sleep anywhere with the 9 and grow. Not today. So ukipanga kupata, jipange mwenyewe intentionally. All the time, I want another child. Let me make a plan.
Intentionally.
Okay, intentionally make a plan. Na tunapanga kupata mtoto kabla aingie kwa tumbo. Si aya, kuna kitu hapa. Unaambiwa hiyo ni yako. Yako upeleke wapi? So, intentionally jipange. Sawa? Then, watatu waine, if they come, they are yours. Hata ukipata 6 atango, ni wako. So, look for ways of getting help to rear others who have come. All right?
Thank you.
But don't throw them away. But let me, one sentence about beating children and corporal punishment. They are still there in Western Kenya. Kisii a lot. We get a lot of beating. Please, ukitaka grow a only parent, a useless parent who will grow and die with miseries, beat children like they are animals. Atafumilia tu umpige, umchape, umfanye, all that. Siku ile ata grow, huyu mtoto akipata nafasi ya kutoka hiyo compound, utamtafuta. Utamtafuta. So be a parent who is both authoritative and caring. Akikosea muonyeshe. But with love. But at the same time, don't be those parents who are calling their children kababa na kamami. Unaharibu. Kababa na kamami atakuwa wa miaka 30 years in the house na anja. Hata ni kijana anjui kutafuta, atatafutiwa na wengine. Hata how to make a woman pregnant, anjui, anaona msichana anatoroka.
Allah.
Because hiyo ilikuwa kababa.
Okay.
You are rearing an egg. Where ukumbuki, even eggs grow old and they rot. When they rot, they become useless. So be in the middle. Correct with love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor, there's something else that people say when they are deciding on the number of children they want to have, especially for people who have one child, their reasoning, or those who are against that, their reasoning sometimes is like, wewe ukakufa, huyo mtoto wako atabaki na nani? Like they'll be all alone. Is that something to consider also?
That is immaturity of judgment. Why? who cannot die. Si
Anyone can die.
ukaniishia anytime.
Yes.
Mimi sina wazazi. Waliishia kitambo. Na ninaendelea. Okay? To your surprise, something I've never disclosed to you although we talk. Baba ya watoto wangu aliishia wakiwa secondary na mmoja akiwa university. Hatukupanga nipate wawili ati kwa sababu anaweza enda. You can go because of any reason.
Sorry.
Okay? So ni kusema ameenda, where do I begin? Na nyinyi wasichana ukiachwa ameenda, learn how to stay and cope with death. Very complicated and bad. Baya. Because kule umeolewa tunafukuzwa. Si ndio? Ukifukuzwa? Accept umefukuzwa. Kule ulikuwa umeolewa. After all, you don't have their blood. The blood was the man. The blood is the children. Wewe uko na blood ya kule ulitoka. Jipange on where to stay. If they accept you, kaa. Lakini sasa kusema nitapata mmoja because ati huyu akikufa na huyu you can even stay the two of you without a child. Na mmoja and end aishie. So we should not bring death. It's so hidden in terms of child rearing practices. No. If I may say, when you are courtship, question, what did you discuss? You discuss how many children? Boys, girls? If they all come boys, if they all come girls, what do we do?
Nani ameongea hivyo na mpoa wake?
You discuss religion, which church? You discuss parent in-laws because they can be hectic. In-laws are crazy people. Na mimi ni in-law wa mtu.
Okay.
Na nilikuwa somebody's in-law.
Yes.
Okay? You also discuss levels of education. Do you want to earn education? Do you want to stay like that? You also discuss promotions. If this man or this woman is promoted and becomes higher than the man, that can be a divorce. See it ali? Jipange. Because utaanza kuambia mtu, mimi sikazi na maziwa lala. Wewe unakaa hapa kwa nyumba, unjipangi unini. Because promotions have come. So when you are discussing in courtship, apart from children, there are about 9 things you have to discuss. Ukifutwa kazi, nani atakuwa akiangalia nyumba na kuna watoto? Wewe utachukua watoto uende, kiache hapo kikae hakina kazi. Mimi I can't find a useless thing. By the way, tunawaita useless. Ukifutwa kazi, nani anakaa na wewe? Wewe unakaa hapo na simu na ningonjea ati jioni nikunje kupika. Unaona vile nimekaa? That is what the way we are seated with the phones in the house. Na wakati huo sina linda, nimevaa kitu kamefika hapa na kuna boys wananiona huko. Shame on me, a little bit. Because you are showing your children where they are not supposed to see. Sure. My dress, my choice. It is not your dress, your choices for your children. Especially if they are boys. Okay? If they are girls, they are worse off. Ndio hawa tunaona kwa barabara naked. Because mama ndiye huyo na phone. Yes, na nguo imefika huko. My dress, my choice. After all, it is for my husband to see. Your children are not your husband. Sawa?
Yes.
Okay.
So, discuss those 9 things, which we can discuss later.
Yes, sure. Professor, there's a lot you've talked about, but I want you to tell us something about being an individual and when you have children, like the decisions you make for yourself and they affect the children, but also we also want to live our lives. For example, like the case of Rosemary, she wanted to do mass communication, but she was not able to because of her child that was on the way. Where do we make the decision or the boundary between what you want to have, the kind of life you want, and where to consider children? Or does it even happen?
Thank you. Once a child gets in here, unakaa, kwani kuna kitu hapa? Like she did. Let me go and check.
Yes.
Unaambiwa kuna ka kitu hapa. No more decisions for you.
No more decisions for you.
They are
The
dictated
child is
by
in
the
there.
world, dictated by the person who put it here, dictated by the mother. Sasa unazalia hapa, uliokota wapi? Unasikia? So she might run away. Because mom anamfukuza. Kule alikuwa aolewe, huyu si yule mtoto tulikuwa tukitaka uoe. So decision of marrying there comes. Decisions of the work to do also changes.
All right.
Like I became a teacher unwillingly.
Unwillingly?
Ah.
Kwani walimu hamtaki kuwa walimu? Ni circumstances. Mwalimu unataka kuwa mwalimu?
And I told my dad, Daddy, umeniweka huko, I'll never die a teacher.
Okay.
Sincerely, I went on. And to your surprise, in my teaching life,
Yes.
I became one of the best professional teachers and I was given a certificate.
Oh, wow.
So, Mamis, Daddy so. Nikatoka teaching. So that's the time I went to do a lot of psychology to understand human beings. Why do we make decisions the way we do? There are a lot of things. So one of them is that pregnancy. Once you become pregnant, emotions in you out of balance. They are like this. Today I'm happy, tomorrow I can quarrel, I can sleep. I want to eat this, I don't want to eat this. I want to go with this man, I don't want him. I want this perfume, not this perfume. I want this soap, no. Iyo inakwenda to and fro. So it affects your life kiasi. Making a decision for worse or for good is there.
Thank you.
Because of emotional imbalance.
Thank you so
we
much,
have,
Professor.
I think, 5 emotions which affect women when they are pregnant. They stabilize after we give birth. Yeah.
So
that's why she used that one. Of positive judgment and decision making.
in short, life changes when one becomes a parent.
Yeah.
Na inaanzia hapo kwa mimba. Mimba ikiingia, your life changes.
Kabisa.
Na umesema hivyo ukanikumbusha na baba yangu ako hapa alikuwa anataka nifanye ualimu lakini wacha tusimkumbushe as we wind up because of time. Rosemary, maybe something you'd like to ask Professor based on your parenting or even your childhood that you would like to ask the Professor?
Yeah, actually, Abby, I have one burning question. Now, Professor, in a case where a parent gets one child and can no longer get another child, which is the best thing to do now that I have faced loneliness in life? Could there be something that my parents could have done and they never did to curb that loneliness or to make a difference?
Yeah. Actually, you went through a lot of loneliness.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was there. And that's why I said skills of turn-taking, sharing, being criticized, being commented by other children, taught language by other children. Children teach language to their colleagues. She didn't go through it. So she still has it in herself. And God is good, you got 3. Now here is a parent who cannot get another child due to many reasons.
Yes.
It could be her own decisions. Staki mwingine. Maybe this one came with frustrations. Nimeambiwa sikutaki, wewe sio yule msichana nilikuwa nikitaka, all that. Then you decide with all these problems nimekula staki mtoto mwingine. That's a personal decision. Yeah. Watoto wako. But there is this other one who really wants. Ameenda all hospitals. Hakuna mtoto. Na ameambiwa mzee is okay, you are the problem. Au ameambiwa the reverse. Wewe you are okay, mzee ndiye problem. Ikiwa you are married. hiyo stress iko hiyo nyumba, there are a lot of dry tears, very many, or a heap of dry tears,
So,
because okay,
as a parent, what does one do? Tunaonanga wengine wakipeleka watoto wakacheze na wengine, maybe over the holidays they take them to their cousins or to camps. Does it help? Is that the right way to go about it?
Yeah, it's very healthy, and that is Africanism. We used to be brought up by sharing. Tulikuwa tukienda kwa ango, kwa auntie, neighborhood. But today we have a problem. Mkiwa Nairobi, unapelekea nani? Huyu ni Munjaruo na kacha sake. Huyu ni Karenjin. Huyu ni Nairobi. We have a problem or town. But tukiwa huko vijijini, we do share. It is normal to take your child to your uncle's place, your aunties, they have a talk. There is a language for children. Okay? They have their own language. And if you listen to them playing, anasema, huyu ni mtoto wangu, hiyo ni maua yangu, and they talk alone. Then, when this one hears the same, anachukua, wewe usichukue maua yangu, hiyo ni yangu. That kind of provocation will teach this other one not to be possessive. So it is okay to take them to this other one and this other one so that they learn. Children teach one another a lot. And especially language. Hiyo, and the playing goes in stages. Kuna player to tondra, kuna player 5 years, kuna player 7 years. So you choose the age group to go with.
All right.
You also choose the company. You also teach them, your company siitaki because of MBCD, so that they may learn peer pressure. And it affects them when they are 13, 14 na uko juu.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. We'll definitely have another session to talk about this, because we really do need your knowledge. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
And because of time, we have to end it there. Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
You have a final remark?
What do I want to say then? What do you want to tell everyone? Musupport. How many have children here? Congrats. Ongeza. Ongeza. Na utanikumbuka ukiwa 50. That an old woman told me, ongeza. That's what I told my mother-in-law. Niko na hao wote unaniambia niongeze. Land inatoka wapi? Nani anabeba hii? Staki. It depends on where you are. Ikiwa you are okay average, ongeza.
All right.
At least 2 au 3. Lakini one. Let her tell you the difficulties of one. You are okay as a parent, but the child is not okay.
All right. Thank you, Professor. Now, Rosemary, will you also tell us to ongeza, having grown up alone?
Like for me, I'm not yet done.
She has 3.
You have
not
3 and you're
yet
not
done.
yet.
I'm not yet done. Okay. Growing up alone is just not good.
Okay.
Have you heard? What has she said?
Waambie tena.
I'm not yet done. I am 3 and now trying to maybe 3 more. 3 more.
So, growing up alone is not something good.
No.
It's not good.
All right, that's where we end it for this episode. Thank you so much, Professor Wanjiru Mugai, a counseling psychologist and also a lecturer. Thank you so much, Rosemary, a teacher as well. Thank you so much for your input in this show. Thank you all for listening and for getting this knowledge. And indeed, shikeni vile tumeambiwa tuongeze. Na mtoto amekuwa peke yake amesema it's not something good. Whatever you do with that information, it's up to you. Thank you so much. Our sign language interpreter is Susan Dega. I am Abigail Ngari.